Saturday, March 28th. Suzanne Ullman here, heart failure nurse in San Antonio, Texas, and originally from Seward, Nebraska. Oh my gosh, look at, there's Foo. Oh, he's like, none of that is happening to me today. We've also got Pablo with us. Yeah. So I had a request to talk about some breathing techniques, and I have sort of mentioned them in earlier posts, so I thought I would go over them. A good reason to do breathing is because it slows your heart rate. It increases the oxygen level in your body. Look at Phil. He's right there. And it quiets the mind. So my mind is active today for a couple of reasons. Number one, my husband is supposed to have surgery and it's been postponed, and that makes me nervous, even though I know it's happening to a lot of people. Number two, my husband is a firefighter, and today is his second shift in a row. So he's been gone since yesterday morning at 9. We're in regular text conversation, but you know, while all of us are staying close to home, he's out doing his job, and I know he's doing it well, and I know he takes a lot of precautions and just assumes that everyone he interacts with is infected with something. But on these double shifts, I get a little, I'm not going to say it. I get like an onion in a deep fat fryer. Okay, so let's do some breathing, okay? I learned this from Deepak Chopra. There's a lot of people talking about breathing out there, and I don't think anyone with any different belief system should be alienated by this. This is just human physiology. If you want, you can call it meditation. If you can actually get your brain to quiet down. I'm very bad at that, but at least breathing and counting, I know something's slowing. So, we're gonna inhale for 4, we're gonna hold for 2, and we're gonna exhale for 6. And I want you to keep track of a couple of things. I'm gonna stand back here. When you take a deep breath, it should not be like this. Okay, your lungs, the apex are up here, and they go all the way down inside of your rib cage, and underneath them is your diaphragm, which is a big flat muscle all the way through that pushes all your innards, your guts, out of the way so the lungs can expand, okay? So when you inhale, I want you to realize that the diaphragm is pushing, and sometimes that means that your stomach actually kind of goes out in a real breath. That's why this doesn't need to do anything, because that's just you making it feel like you're taking a deep breath, okay? So we're going to inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. That's it. That's how you do it. And I like to try and make myself do it a couple times a day, especially if I feel myself sort of spinning and stuck here. It gets me back here, and it gets me back here. And that's where we're supposed to be living, not just up here. The other thing I want to show you, and I've showed this to cardiology patients, especially with blood pressure problems. I had a man come in once, and he did not want to turn off his phone or close his work laptop while I was doing his initial assessment and taking his vitals. So I said, fine, let me take your vitals. So I took his blood pressure, and it was elevated, kind of in the 140s, 150s over 90s. We like 120 or less over 80 or even 70 or less. And his heart rate was in the high 80s, low 90s, which again is within normal range, but we like it better between 60 and 70. Maybe 80 if you're interacting and talking and doing things. So I took his vitals with all that crap open and on and interacting with his frontal lobe. And then we turned it off, and we talked about a couple of things, and then we took his vitals again, lower. Then I had him stand up. I put his feet, you know, kind of not far apart. I guess you could say shoulder width. I always thought that was shoulders width apart. Kind of like my anti-reen thought it was wheelbarrow. Okay, I thought so too. So, shoulders width apart, and then you rise up, inhale, and you push down, exhale. And every time you do the rise up, it feels like, what am I doing? But every time you push down, you feel gravity, and it feels like your feet are getting into the earth. And that's what we need. We're all floating up in this mental space. Inhale, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can do it faster too. My neighbors are like, what is that crazy Weta doing? Okay, there's Fertie. Whee! He's like, you're dead to me. And here's Pablo. Pablo! Hey, buddy! We love you. Okay, I do love you. Talk to you tomorrow.